Hello everyone. So we're living in times of unprecedented inflation in the past few months in the United States. According to the official data, inflation rate for October 2021 is 5.4%. That is huge. That is more than double the average yearly inflation for the past 10 years. Inflation in the year 2020 with the pandemic and the lockdown was 1.4%. And back in 2015, it was only 0.7%. This permanent raise in the price of goods and services makes your money shrink real quick. If you have your money in the bank, your money will buy less than it did a few weeks ago. So it's time to invest your money in some place where it's protected from inflation. So just hear me out, because I will explain how real estate is one of the best ways to hedge against inflation. Traditionally, inflation is defined as the rise in prices of most goods, services, common use, such as food, clothing, housing, and so on. So this is what we have been seeing lately. Food is becoming extremely expensive. Fuel for some cars is reaching levels not seen since 2007 and 2008. And mostly everything else is getting super pricey. So this applies to real estate, where housing has appreciated in recent months due to the low inventory, low financing rates, and migration. We have discussed these topics in my past blogs and podcasts, and we have seen averages prices go up in major markets all over the United States. So if you own real estate, you're benefiting from inflation. You have your house, you can sell it for more money. If you own several properties, and especially rental properties, you can raise the rents on those. This is the first real estate advantage that real estate investors have: higher rents. Inflation benefits investors who are earning income from their rental properties. So if you own commercial properties, you probably have multi-year leases and you have not been able to raise your rents immediately. But in the long run, rents will be higher. Now, if you own properties with short-term lease models like multifamily properties, you most likely have yearly leases, so you can adjust to your rents every year. Since housing prices are getting so high, many people cannot afford to buy, so millions will be forced to rent for the next few years. If you can adjust your rents up while keeping your original mortgage, you will see increased money in your pocket. Second advantage, appreciation, is the recurring income for investors in the rental business. Is only one aspect. Remember that the value of your property is going up, and you can keep the pace by exceeding inflation terms through appreciation. Property values over time tend to stay at a steady upward curve. The third advantage is the effect of inflation on debt. Did you finance your property? Well, that's the most common scenario, especially if you're an investor. Even if you have required cash in hand and you're acquiring properties cash, it probably makes more sense to take advantage of the low interest rates in the market and finance your property. So as home prices rise over time, it lowers the loans to value of any mortgage debt, acting as a natural discount. As a result, the equity of your property increases, but your fixed rate mortgage payments remains the same. Fourth advantage is new construction is getting too expensive. As we mentioned earlier, goods and services are getting very expensive all across the board. This includes construction materials, labor costs, concrete, plywood, timber, and not to mention the delays of materials coming into the market. That is a huge stress for new construction developers. About 47% of contractors added an escalation clauses to the home contracts last month, according to the survey by National Association of Realtors. And of course, this affects the inventory of availability to the property to buy or rent, which translates into higher rental rates and your property value. These two factors combined mean that your rental property will likely not be vacant for long periods of time and offers multiple opportunities to renew your start leases at the market adjusted rates. So investing into multifamily real estate is one way to use real estate to hedge against inflation, is to invest in multifamily properties. The more units you have, the more frequently you can adjust your rents. That is a big bonus for multifamily owners. So if you want to hear more stuff like this, please join me in my platform and reach out to me at Abiel@abielballesteros.com and follow me on social media. See you next time.